Did we watch Champions League yesterday?
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch yesterday, so I watched the Arsenal game. I
should have watched yesterday.
I missed the good one.
Yeah, same.
How good is Jamal?
He's
It's
alright.
ridiculous.
I saw his goal.
It's ridiculous.
Is he the best player in the world right now?
Nah,
I don't know. That's just one game
Yeah,
bias,
maybe.
isn't it? He's unbelievable. But
I think Rafinha's had better stats than him this
Rafinha's,
season.
I don't know.
yeah,
That is-
people are like calling for Rafinha having the Ballon d'Or.
I've
next
seen
to
that.
Salah.
I think,
Pedri's
to
underrated
be
as
fair
well.
though, if they win the Champions League, I think he's in for shout, isn't he? Really?
Have they won the league yet?
They
not
can win.
statistically.
They can win it within the next 2 or 3 weeks. I think.
Okay.
I think they can win it in El Clasico. It's in like 2 weeks'
Ooh.
time.
That'd be class.
I think there's only
is it at the-
there's
is
only
it
a
at the
couple of points
Bernabeu
between
or-
them.
No, I think it's at wherever they are.
Barcelona.
Now. The Olympic Stadium.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there's 4 points between them.
How many games to go?
3.
So
It could. Yeah.
if Real Madrid drop points and Barca win
Yeah,
in their next game, then in El Clasico, I think
Yeah.
they can win it.
That's what you want, innit? You
Yeah.
want to win it in El
win it in El
Clasico.
Clasico.
Yeah.
that's-
And you want to batter them as well.
They've already beaten them 3 times. Barcelona
Yeah.
beaten Real Madrid 3 times this season already.
Has Ancelotti been sacked yet? He hasn't, has he?
He's going though, isn't he?
He wants to
He
go
said that he
to.
wants to leave.
He's
Brazil
been in
job, innit?
talks with the Brazilian national team job, but apparently Real Madrid have like blocked it somehow.
Really?
Yeah.
I
How
heard a
come Real
rumour-
Madrid? Well,
I
Because
don't
they've
know. I didn't
run
read into
world
it, yeah.
football, mate.
Well, he's contracted to Real Madrid, so he probably shouldn't be, should he?
Yeah, well, he's still allowed to talk to the people though, isn't he? Surely.
Don't know.
I heard-
you're
can't,
allowed to
like-
you're allowed to walk out of a job as a manager if you don't want to be there.
They can't
But you're
force
Yeah, but you won't get
contracted.
paid.
No, it doesn't matter.
You,
Yeah.
well, you don't, yeah, but you don't get
you're
paid.
co-
It's
you're
like
contracted.
terminated,
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. So, like, if you're owed, I don't know how far it is, but you could potentially lose like 3-6 months' wages if he walks out.
Well,
of his
more
company.
probably.
Why
Yeah.
don't you walk out?
Yeah, well,
Suppose so.
you will just inevitably get sacked if you hold on.
Yeah.
It's for a bit. of
Yeah,
misery.
yeah.
I heard a rumor that like Saudi wanted him, like a Saudi team for like 100 million. So
He's
Yeah.
he's better than that though.
of course he is.
Yeah,
He's
but
one of the best managers.
so are most of the players that go there.
Yeah.
Do you think if he goes to Brazil and wins the World Cup, he's the greatest manager of all time?
If he, yeah,
If
I
he
think
wins the
go-
World
yeah,
Cup
yeah,
with Brazil,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What else hasn't he won then, apart from Prem?
No, he has won the Prem.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
League
Oh,
One.
shit, yeah, of
Chelsea.
course. Yeah, he's
League
won
One,
everything then, hasn't he?
Championship,
Yeah.
League Two.
Yeah. God, yeah.
Yeah.
Johnston's
All the-
paid
all the
trophy.
important-
We're
that's
going
the-
back to the
not
Suarez
called it.
debate.
Yeah.
Have
not
you seen
called the
Lopetegui?
Johnson
He's
Paint Trophy
the
anymore.
Qatar
No.
manager now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Not
Who?
national
How
team.
rogue is that?
That's really rogue.
I
Who's
think
that?
that's a pretty
Lopetegui.
cushy job, innit? Like,
He's probably getting bagged, isn't he? Though?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, are they going to sack you?
I think-
What's your expectations as the manager of Qatar?
As a
Yeah, that's a
manager
good
there, though, like you lose all credibility by going to a team like Qatar. I feel.
What, Qatar International? They're
No,
international.
no,
aren't they?
not if you like.
International
if you
managers have a bit
qualify
more
for a World
respect.
Cup and then have a decent group stage, that's like showcasing how good
Yeah.
you are.
Do you
as a
think
manager
Qatar
without
will
the player pool.
qualify for a World Cup though?
Probably
Maybe.
not.
They might not, but they
they
might do
might.
like. Remember, was it Saudi Arabia that beat Argentina when they won the World Cup in the same
Yeah,
tournament?
yeah,
It could
yeah.
be one of them sort of like they don't go on to do something, but it's kind of that bragging status of like we've beaten one of the best teams in the world. I think that's what you can really achieve at that kind of level of manager.
Yeah.
Mm.
You ain't gonna win anything, are you?
You might.
They could win
What's
the Asian.
Qatar.
So what is that
What
called?
the odds
The
on
Asian-
Qatar to win?
I can't remember.
It'll be 100.
Asian.
It's,
Hey,
it's
trophy.
like
Championships or something.
it's like the Asian Cup, innit?
Yeah.
What,
Asian-
what
Asian
is that?
Cup of
Their
Nations.
AFCON.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
or
they're-
the
they're
Euros.
they're
Is it
Euros,
just
yeah.
the Asian trophy?
I don't know.
Nah, it's got
That's ChatGPT,
it will
so-
have a proper like abbreviation.
That
like
never
how you have
that
AFCON
gets
and
zero
CONCACAF.
coverage. Like
probably-
people actually talk
It's
about
called
AFCON.
Yeah.
It's called the AFC Asian Cup.
Asian Cup. There you go.
Yeah.
There's probably 10 better Asian teams than Qatar, though, isn't there?
I feel like
Korea.
Qatar did well in
Japan.
the last one. I feel like we talked
Yeah,
about
they
this.
weren't that bad.
Yeah, they talked about it on the pod
China.
recently.
China better.
Are
actually,
China
I don't
better?
know.
I don't know.
Probably not.
There's a few Chinese.
I feel like Saudi
players
Arabia
there,
are
aren't there?
better than
Saudi
Qatar,
Arabia probably better.
Iran, maybe.
Yeah,
They're pretty good.
Iran.
You always get like a rogue winger with flair from like these countries, don't
Yeah.
you?
Taremi.
Faguli.
Yeah, Taremi's a good player.
Wasn't Faguli Algerian?
I think it might have been, yeah.
Do
Yeah, it was.
Australia
won
and
it
New
in
Zealand are playing
2023.
that as well, weren't
No,
they?
yeah, Qatar
Uh,
won the Asian Cup.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Always right them.
They were coming off the back of being the home World Cup holders, though. weren't they?
As a football
Yeah,
podcast,
they hosted it as well.
should
yeah.
we know that the
I
Qatar
don't-
won the
I
next
don't-
one?
Nah.
I don't think that's common knowledge.
We couldn't remember who won AFCON last time, could
I
we?
can't remember.
No.
What's it? AFCON's every 2 years, did you know?
Yeah.
Actually,
Is it?
hang
Bit
on.
much in it.
Qatar have won the last
Yeah,
two
I
Asian
think
Cups.
so.
Oh,
they're,
Qatar.
they're back-to-back Asian Cup
They don't
winners.
need Lopetegui.
Lopetegui, yeah, he's walking into a cushy job. There.
Yeah.
Lovely intro music to me. Welcome back. Another episode of the Beer Belly Ballers. I'm joined with everyone today. Smeed, Cam, Danny, and Jay. How are we, lads?
Full house
Good.
again.
Full house. I know
I
it's
know,
good. It's
I
back.
know.
It's good to have everyone back for a change.
I'm not here next
We
week.
are so
we are
bad.
so back.
You're not here next week.
Dog sitting.
Oh,
Bring
tune
the
in-
dog.
Tune in for
He-
next week's
he- she's
episode,
a big
which is
dog.
better.
Yeah.
Big dog.
Should be knocking. Should be knocking over the tripod.
Yeah, you can't fit another person, let alone.
It's
Yeah.
Bernese mountain dog.
Sounds big.
It is big.
Is it like a horse that can ride?
Is it like a mountain?
Can she go in hour 11 today?
Oh.
Put her at the back.
We'll get onto that in a minute.
Let's have a
Yeah.
bit.
But yeah, we've got a beer, boys. We've got
That's
Drip.
big. You can.
Drip by Brewgooder. I like the name Brewgooder. I
Brewgooder.
like the name Drip.
That-
And
That reminds me of Austin Powers.
yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
groovy, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
It's quite simple but effective.
It's a passion fruit beer. It's
Oh.
4%. And you know when you're looking around in the shop at all the craft ales and they're like a fucking rip off. This one was actually quite good value, so I was like, we'll give it a go. And we haven't had a passion fruit beer, have we?
Sounds nice.
They-
I think
sure we
that
probably
can's
have.
class.
I like it.
Can could be a 5.
Barbecue
Four,
beer.
At least.
I think it's 5.
I don't know about that.
A brewing company should bring out an Austin Powers flavoured like IPA.
Tastes like Austin Powers.
Brewgy baby.
Bru-
There's your name.
Brewgy baby.
That's
Nah.
good, yeah.
I just think groovy baby. And if it's
Yeah.
not trademarked,
That's Brewgy.
Who wants to
Brewgy-
share a cup?
Cup of foam.
That is
Oh.
foamy.
It's the shit
Enjoy.
cup.
Oh,
Danny,
have you smelt that?
Oh, it smells
Ooh.
fucking
You might be
fire.
able to smell it better in there, to be fair.
Do you want some more? Are you sharing? I'll pour you more.
Oh,
I've got it on my nose.
I think that's the best smelling.
That
beer
is the
is
best
nice.
smelling. I think it's even
Nice
better than the Jubal one.
I'm not a
Jubal,
massive.
the peach one.
It's kind of a
I
bit
can't-
Parma
no,
violet.
I don't think it smells of a lot.
I'm not
It's
a massive
passion
passion
fruity.
fruit fan though.
Are you
you know.
not?
No.
You're not a fan of a porn star martini?
Oh, yeah, no, it's
I can only have like one, and then they're really acidic.
Yeah, I agree with
It's
that.
like people who drink vodka orange all night long. That's wrong and behaviour.
Yeah, but that's
How
because
d-
there's too much juice. Like,
no, but
juice
how do you
after
not
juice.
get like heartburn?
Always have
from
the
all that,
squits
like,
the day after as well.
Yeah, to be fair,
Have
it
too
does
much
go
juice.
through if you have too much fruit juice. But hopefully this
Did
beer
you just call
doesn't.
it squid?
Squits.
That's such a primary school referring.
I don't want to
Way
say
to refer.
diarrhea.
That's better.
Squits is a bit
Shits.
more.
Yeah, the shit.
Shits, yeah.
Nah,
The squits.
Squits, man.
Squits. Squits boy. So what? 5 for the can. What are we giving the
Smeedy
smell?
squits.
5.
4
It's
for
a
me.
5, man.
It's a 5.
I think a 4.
Yeah, that smells fire.
Fucking hell! Full points for 2. Well, let's try it. Let's see if it's gonna get
Danny,
up to
after you.
15.
Thank you.
Smeed with your squits blue at the houses of
Oh, it's
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It's like it tastes
No.
like. You don't like it?
I know.
Nah.
It's replying to Jay's question. Tastes like squash.
It tastes. It still has the
It
beery
tastes like
element.
something
though.
that I know.
I'm not getting much beery element in
No,
that.
I think
not very
it's
beery.
missing the beer.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like that.
It's like, you know, when you have like a sparkling fruit drink, but it's actually mostly fizzy water.
Well, like a
I was gonna,
scotch
that
slur.
tastes like
Schlo-
watered down to
schlo-
me.
It's like a
It's,
seltzer.
it's 4
Yeah,
point-
a seltzer.
It's 4%, so it's like decent strength. I think it's nice. I don't.
I don't think it's bad. I just don't think
Yeah,
it's
it's
good.
not very beery.
I
It's
think
No,
I'd give it a
more,
4.
way more seltzer.
4. Nah,
I'd give it a 4.
3 for me.
I
Two.
don't think. 2
I'll
for
give
that.
it a 2.
That's really
That's ridiculous, I'm
pleasant.
I
sorry.
just don't think it's like a beer.
Yeah, but does
No,
it
I'm kinda
taste
with
nice?
Smeed,
With a
though.
beer
half
belly
the beers
ballers
that we
and not
have,
the
half the weird-
soda water.
Hang on a minute. Half the weird donut stouts
Boys.
that you bring in that you think's amazing, they don't taste anything like beer or stout, or it just
That's
tastes
also
like
true.
marshmallow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Flashy.
so I don't like it for the same reason that you don't like mine.
I like yours.
I think it's.
I'm glad you
I
enjoyed
think we
it.
have to
Meet at
settle
3
on a
in the
3.
middle then.
Yeah.
3.
Value for money.
It was £2.80 for a can.
I think that's pretty good.
Which
It's
is
not bad.
pretty
Yeah.
For a
good
posh
Where's that
beer.
from?
Tesco, big
Mm.
Tesco. So that's what 4, 5,
I think 4.
4.
I'd have that again.
I would genuinely
But
drink.
that bangs
Like,
a 17.
that's
eh?
like a 4.
Yeah.
I'd drink like
Is
a
that,
4.
is that
then.
joint top?
That might be top.
Good barbecue value is that as well. That I think.
Yeah,
I think
it's
it
more
would
of
be.
a
It
barbecue.
would be a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
barbecue
yeah.
beer.
That's very barbecue. But I do agree. Too seltzery. No, not
You
big
can
enough.
finish that if you want.
You
It's
didn't
just
read.
good.
You didn't read the
Oh.
side.
What's it say?
We don't really
I'm not
care.
reading it.
No one
I
cares.
can't
That's
read,
why.
so-
That's a good beer, though.
Yeah, nice.
Danny, stop chirping, man.
Bloody hell. Goes on one
actually-
diet.
He hasn't been on it.
Hasn't been
No,
there.
no, I'm not even messaging you.
Who are you
have,
messaging?
Daddy.
What the fuck, man? Daddy.
Daddy Pig.
Daddy Reef.
Have you seen the new Peppa Pig film that's coming out? And it's all about
Live
the-
action?
It's about the
Oh.
new mommy pigs having a new baby, but no one knows what it is.
No, they do. They've said.
It's not on the trailer.
I'm sure it's a.
Is
I'm
it
sure it's a
non-binary?
bird. Well, not bird, but like.
How does that
Binary.
work?
It's a bird.
Well, like a
yeah,
bird
it's-
of prey.
It's not a bird, but like it's a bird.
What?
Oh, girl.
A girl.
Oh.
You can't say bird when they're pigs.
When
Yeah,
it's-
I was
it's-
like, how does Mummy and Daddy Pig make a
Make a-
seagull? Yeah. You know what I mean?
But it's not with
What the fuck's
it's
that
not
about?
with Daddy Pig though, is it?
Oh, what?
Oh, mate, she,
She's an adorer.
I thought they'd split up.
So
Oh.
Daddy Bird.
And that explains it.
Well, you know.
Birdman from Rick and Morty. Or bird person.
Bird person.
So what is
yeah.
it?
And bird.
I don't know.
I've
I was at the cinema like 2 days ago and I saw there was like a poster. It's like Peppa Pig, Dawn of the Pig. It's not called Dawn of the Pig. It was like Mommy Pig's Up the Duff or something.
Right.
Bridget
the
Jones's
Planet of the
baby,
Pigs.
but with
Yes,
Mommy
yeah.
I'd much rather watch that than Bridget
Daddy
Jones's
Pig
Baby.
Yeah,
didn't pull
yeah.
out.
Nah, Bridget Jones is class. I think we've
Pig.
gone
I reckon
through this
Daddy
before.
Pig gives her a right old goose.
Creep pie. Oh.
Well, it'd be a piggin, wouldn't it? Not a goose.
There's a bird coming out.
I was going to say, it's a goose.
This is pure podcast entertainment.
That's awful.
Oh.
Is this staying in?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's got to.
Let's actually get onto the
Yeah,
episode.
let's-
No, I want to keep talking about Mommy Pig.
Well,
No,
No.
maybe that's another episode of
Your
Peppa Pig
legs are
11.
hairy, by the way.
Yours
I've rubbed my hand up against them.
It's great podcasting.
Pull my leg out. You've definitely had a wank in them shorts, by the way.
Yeah.
what the fuck is going
What the
on?
fuck's going on? You've had like
He's
a
pulling my leg
sip
hair
of
out.
this beer.
Stop
and
rubbing his leg hair as well.
Didn't mean
Yeah, but
to.
he pulled your leg hair out, and your immediate response, "You wanking them shorts." Where did that come from?
They just look like wanky shorts.
What's a classic pair of them look like?
Just grey and a bit old. Smelly.
A bit stiff.
These are new.
They look a bit crusty on your legs at the bottom.
Yeah, they're just. That's the design.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Moving on. This week, none of that is absolutely related to what this episode's about.
Daddy Pig could go at the back.
Right, none of this now.
Shut
Okay,
up about
sorry.
Daddy Pig. This week, we're going to talk tall players, I think, because it's kind of a rarity in football now that you get some proper like units, some like big geezers all around the pitch. So I thought we'd go through, make an 11 of the tallest players we can remember, and then there'll probably be some which are like similar, and then we can kind of put them in on if we rather have like the tallest possible team or the best tall team, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
'Cause you have some
Yeah.
players which might be an inch shorter, but they're a much better,
Better
player.
player. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Um,
Have a few subs as well.
yeah, we'll get the subs in. Obviously, starting off with keeper. Does anyone want to kick us off? Because this is going to be a team full of some very rogue players, which like not streets. Well, maybe a bit streets won't forget.
Yeah. Can I start with mine? Who I had? Costel Pantelimon.
Yeah.
6'8", over
He's-
2
He's
meters.
tough to beat, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
He played in the Prem for quite a long amount
did,
of
well,
time. So he was at City and then
Sunderland, wasn't
Sunderland.
City
Yeah.
and Sunderland, yeah.
Romanian.
Romanian,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
you'd have him on FIFA at the very start just because he was a giant.
Yeah.
I
He
re-
could come for crosses, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He was like the banter player that I always used to have. It's like if you had beaten someone, you put Pantilim on up front because he was like the tallest.
Was
person
he
in the game.
actually any good though?
He
was
was
all right.
alright.
Decent.
Well,
He
well,
came for the
obviously.
City,
He was a
didn't
backup keeper for City, and then he probably had like a couple of years at Sunderland.
Although I think if you're 6'8", you're probably going to get picked up by. If you're not playing basketball, you're going to be a goalkeeper in
Yeah,
goal or something,
yeah.
aren't you?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah, that's the classic. You're tall, you play in goal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that video of? Do you know who Victor Wembanyama is? I don't know if I've said his name.
Is he a
Victor Wanyama?
basketball-
Yeah,
Wembanyama.
yeah, that's it.
Wanyama, yeah.
Who?
Yeah. No.
Victor Wanyama.
No.
I like spaghetti.
No.
Is he a basketballer?
Yeah, the American. No, he's not American. He's French basketball. He's 7'3", and there's a video of him playing like in like some community pitch in Costa Rica, and it's
Oh, yes, I
mental.
did see that.
It's like watching Slenderman play basketball, football. He's
Oh, he's having a
foot-
kickabout.
Yeah, he's just having a kickabout. But like, it's only going to come a point where if that actually works and someone's that good,
I
Like-
don't think when you get above like 6'7", 6'8", surely your
centre of gravity is too
coordination with
high.
your feet is not going to be.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know,
basketball's a bit more. It's like more of a contact sport in the fact that you're using your body to kind of push people out the way.
I
in
don't know.
I
football,
thought it was
it's not
completely
that.
no,
non-contact basketball.
Nah,
Nah,
I think-
basketball's
yeah.
like you put to strain, you like
Jostling
smash
into-
into people a lot more than you would in football.
You're not going to have quick feet if you're like as a winger if you're like 7 foot
Nah,
in
there's
football.
a
Yeah.
thing of being
Nah.
too big.
Yeah,
Nah, but
yeah,
it might
yeah.
happen.
You're close.
I'm a bit
to-
too big.
You're close control.
It might happen though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It'd be it.
Nah,
I'd
yeah.
love to see it like a 7 foot tall striker who's actually decent with their feet.
We'll get onto something later. I've got a stat on the tallest known striker that's currently playing.
Okay.
I've got a goalkeeper. I don't expect him to go in, but
You
he's
watch ChatGPT. He's got. a
Me,
goalkeeper.
this
Have
one
you heard
there.
of this player?
No, he played for Accrington Stanley.
Oh,
He's
right.
32 now. He's still playing. He's at Waltham Abbey. He's 6'10".
Let's have a look at him.
Got a picture of him.
You?
Simon Blocker Jorgensen.
Jorgensen.
Big Viking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scandi.
He's German.
Ah, he's a big lad.
Big bastard.
6'10" is big. But
He's got to have some Scandinavian.
I
in
think
him.
he can't go in if we've
He's
never
not
heard of
going
him.
in.
No.
The other name that I thought of, he's not quite as big. Fraser Forster,
at
6'7".
him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
He's a unit.
Was it
Fraser Forster's 6'7".
against Barcelona? He had like one of the best.
I think
goal
Fraser
performances.
Forster's 6'7".
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Clearly.
Thibaut Courtois 6'7" as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I was
I
going
think
to say
he's
Courtois.
6'6".
Or 6'6", there you go.
Yeah. He's the best out of the three.
Yeah. Pantilimon is the
Pantelemon's the
biggest.
worst, but
Pantomon.
Pantilimon.
I think he's got to
Pant-Man.
go. He's got to go in for the vibes, though.
Yeah. Got a very long face
Was
as
it-
well.
Was it Fraser
Calfreezy.
Forster who had that ridiculous performance against
Barca.
Barca?
Yeah, Barca.
He's like saved about 20 shots or something.
Yeah.
They won, didn't they?
Yeah.
1-0.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest shithouse of a 1-0 ever.
Yeah.
If
That's
XG
prime,
was
like-
around back then,
He's actually spoke about it and said he hasn't played that good.
I don't think you
Before
can.
in his
That
career
is
after.
Nah.
that is like
I
one
don't
of the
think
best goalkeeping performances
I was
of
going to
all
say
time.
that most goalkeepers will go through their entire career without having a performance like
No.
that. Even top
Oh, yeah,
goalkeepers.
easy.
Who did Liverpool play this year when Alisson had an unreal game?
PSG. And they
PSG,
still
right.
lost.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
He was sensational.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fraser Forster was clear though.
Probably.
Prime Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had like 13% possession or something.
So,
stupid like
yeah.
that, yeah.
I'm sure it was about 26 shots. He
Yeah.
faced or something.
Yeah,
And they
that
nicked a
two
1-0 win.
Yeah, class man.
That's what you dream of, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moving on to right back. This is kind of a hard one, but I've got one name.
Go on.
Don't know if anyone else currently playing for Brentford.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realise he was that tall.
You're a bit zesty today, yo.
Sorry.
The sun's out in it.
That's
Everyone's
just he pulled my hair.
yeah. I 6'5", which is massive for a fullback. Really,
That is a big
you
boy.
tend to get like usually like
He-
just shy of 6 foot, so you can bomb up and down.
I was going to
act
say,
as a
like,
winger.
6'5" is a lot of you to carry up and down the touchline all game, innit?
That Jake O'Brien from Everton, he's pretty big as well.
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been playing left back.
Ex-Leon.
Right back.
He's 6'6".
Is he?
Bloody hell.
Yeah. He was class at Leon.
What's
He's
it
actually
like
been
now?
alright at Everton as well.
He's been okay at Everton, yeah.
Do you want
He's
to put
actually
him
getting
in?
game time now, isn't he?
I think Aya's bigger, though, isn't he?
6'5". Can we?
Yeah, go
I
Aya.
think we need to fact check. Put
Check.
Jake.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
So
can't.
I was looking at a different one.
Smee's just on his phone.
It's
Ola Anyo, he's like 5'11".
6'1".
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Who am I searching?
Jake O'Brien.
I've got it. He's 197, which is like
That's 6'7".
Is it?
I think so. I'm 195, and that's 6'5". Maybe it's 6'6" actually.
6'6".
6'6".
That's big.
That is
And he's
pretty big.
actively playing in the Premier League.
So is
Yeah,
Aya, to be fair. Though.
yeah.
Mm.
Who's better? Aya's probably better, isn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Aya, right? Aya,
Yeah.
Aya or O'Brien? Who do you want?
I kind of want O'Brien.
I want O'Brien.
I want
Big
O'Brien.
Jake O'Brien.
Yeah.
Leon legend.
All right, onto the centre backs. This is where you kind of think of your big men.
Big Dan Burn.
Got
Left
a-
back.
nah,
Let's go
left
left
back.
Oh, yeah, but I've got different left back.
Ooh.
Oh, should we
But-
get?
but actually, no.
Should we get to left back?
No, who I've got a
Yeah,
left back
go left
can
back.
play centre back as well. Actually, is a centre back, really.
Talk us through who your left back is.
Tyrone Mings.
So I
Yeah,
reckon
but
Mings is
I had
cent-
him as well.
I'd
Pete
rather
Burns
have
bigger though, isn't he?
Burn is bigger.
Yeah,
Mings is still 6'5", though.
He's
Yeah.
6'5".
And Mings played the first few years of his career as a left back.
True.
I think Dan Burns played more left back recently.
He's
though.
played left
Recently,
back for
yeah.
about half the third of this season, hasn't he?
I think Burns.
Dan
could go
Burn
for
is,
that, man.
yeah. Because I think we
Burn
have
at
got
left back.
bigger centre backs. Well, not bigger, but
Dan
as
Burn.
big.
I love Dan Burn.
I think everyone loves Dan Burn. He's
Can't
kind
not.
of
He's-
like
yeah,
captured
he's
the
hard
hearts
to
of the
hate.
nation.
But
I bet you
all
hate
of a
Mickey from
sudden, like,
Sunderland, though.
not until they won
The Carabao.
Yeah, the Carabao. Like, I didn't really care for Dan
Would you want
Burn.
him? Do you want Dan Burn start for England?
No, I didn't dislike him. I just didn't really know much about him.
I think as like people undervalue like having that much of a threat on a set piece option.
You don't really have that. Like
Maguire was our last set piece threat.
I know, but
Yeah,
you
but
compare
Dan
Dan
Burn is-
Burn.
Oh
he's
yeah,
got
Dan
an
Burn. I'd rather
He's
Dan
more
Burn.
more athletic and taller anyway.
I genuinely think he has to start for England.
No,
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
No. We're not winning anything with Dan Burn. There's no way in 20 years' time we look back and remember when we won the World Cup with Dan Burn at centre.
Yeah,
back.
Dan
do you
Burn
know?
scores the header in the
Yeah.
90th minute against Germany.
Well, who'd put at the back then?
In a back four,
Conser and Dan Burn.
I'd play Gay over Dan Burn
I would.
and
Oh, I
Stones.
don't know actually.
I don't rate
yeah.
Gay
I,
as
don't-
much as.
I think
I'd play
he's good.
Conser over Dan Burn, to be honest. I think Conser's a
I
much
quite
better
like
footballer.
Conser. As a
Yeah, I think it's hard.
I think you take him though.
Maybe it depends what team
Oh
you're
no, you
playing
have
against.
to take
You
him.
have
I
to
like
take him.
Conser off the bench as an option because he's versatile. He can play anywhere in the back
Yeah.
four
Conser
as
can
well.
play, yeah.
Yeah.
right
If we're
back
coming
or
up against
centre
like a
half.
team that has a big forward, then maybe Dan Burn.
Yeah.
But if it's like coming up against Mbappe, I don't want Dan Burn anywhere near.
Yeah, it's a very good
Didn't
point.
Dan Burn come up against Mbappe when they played at PSG
Champions League.
and they won?
Yeah.
Back pocket,
Did
man.
Dan Burn play that back then though?
Yeah.
But I know he's at Newcastle, but did he actually play in that game?
I'm pretty sure he
No.
would have. He's played pretty much consistently, hasn't he, for the last couple of seasons?
I'm fact checking
Don't
that
know.
game.
Yeah,
so he's
fast
been a
check
bit
that
in and
game.
out.
Because this is where it turns out Dan Burn's just been dropping worldies for 2 years and no one's actually realised unless you're a Newcastle fan.
I've seen that call by Theo Baker about 3 or 4 years ago when
No.
Newcastle are
Not-
rebuilding.
when Newcastle battered PSG 4-1 at St James's Park, not only did Burn play, he fucking scored one of the goals.
Oh,
Fair
Dan
play.
Burn wins us a World Cup,
I think
mate.
Dan Burn's got to go in the England squad just for
Yeah.
that.
Theo Baker, before Dan Burn signed for Newcastle, and I think it was at least 6 months before or something like that, they were doing a video of like who they need to sign to,
I've
So,
seen
like,
this, yeah.
like progress.
and he's like, the man for Newcastle is Dan Burn, and everyone's like, Dan Burn. He's playing for Brighton at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Dan Burn, and he went and signed for them, and he's been a world.
Yeah.
since.
Class.
It's like
Lot of
best
time.
call.
They're the shouts you dream of.
A lot of time for the man. On centre halves,
Vestergaard.
yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
goblin, man.
Yeah, I think it's because he's like he's
Such
like
a good way of describing him. He is a goblin.
He's got like a tall face. Like if he was in a room, you couldn't like see how tall he actually was. Sitting down, you'd be like, that bloke's tall.
Because of
Is
his
he- he's
face.
still at Leicester, isn't he?
I
I just
think
don't think
so.
he gets a game, does he?
Yeah, he was shit as well, even when he did play, I think. Well, the whole Leicester
I
defence
thought he was quite good at Southampton a few years back.
It's
There.
all right.
Yeah, he had a good season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since 2021, he's played 70 games for Leicester.
Quite a lot.
It's a couple of seasons, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like half of every season.
Him and
third
that
of every season.
Wout Fass.
Oh, he's
He's-
garbage. He is.
He might be one of the worst centre halves in Premier League history. It's dreadful.
They played Fass, what is it?
Fass, I'm gonna
and
say.
Cody in a back four against us last weekend.
How does Connor Cody? How does Connor
Cody
Cody
in
get
a-
a game in the Premier League?
Cody
In a
in a
back
back
four
four
as well,
doesn't
yeah.
work. Like
No.
he didn't work in a back four like 5 years ago at Wolves when he was actually half decent.
When he had
In a
more
decent Wolves
when he
team.
had
Yeah.
more legs, and now
Yeah.
he's got even less legs.
And his partner is Wout Fass. Fucking outrageous. No wonder they're dog shit.
Yeah.
I've got a shout for like an OG. Like he was like a meme, wasn't he? Fucking Per Mertesacker.
He was tall.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was like 6'5", wasn't he?
6'7".
That's a throwback, that is.
Nah, Mertesacker wasn't 6'7".
I think he was like
He was
6'6".
6'6" or something, defo.
Pretty
He's a
sure
big
Per
boy.
Mertesacker's about 6'6".
I think he's probably criminally underrated because of
He just
KSI shit when,
Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
when we were like 12.
Because he
Literally,
had
like-
like 32 pace on FIFA,
Yeah.
so he got bantered. He was
He
actually,
was actually a very good player.
like, defending his 18-yard box, he was a really good defender.
Yeah, because
Proper leader.
the whole thing wasn't it? It was like I'm pretty sure I saw like a video years ago, and it was like
6'6".
6'6". Arsenal answering FAQs, and one of them was someone had put, does milk turn faster than Per Mertesacker? And they made Per Mertesacker do a 100-metre sprint there and back of the training pitch and then drink some of the milk and goes, no, it hasn't turned.
Right, he's got
Mertesacker next to Santi Cazorla. Fucking unit.
he's got 104 caps for Germany.
Fair play.
World
He's
Cup
good,
winner.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
World Cup winner.
Yeah.
That's filthy. That is.
I think
Put him
Mertesacker's
in.
got to go.
That's.
There is a player who plays for Sheffield United at the moment called Harry Suter. He's 6'7".
Yeah. He was at Leicester, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
I want
Dundee.
Mertesacker.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Mertesacker's the better player.
I've
There's
got
no way you've just pulled Harry Suter out of like
it's
your own.
No, I googled
Yeah, I know,
names
but-
earlier.
He was at Stoke as well, I think. I remember
Yeah,
watching him.
Yeah.
he came through. Well, no, I think he's Scottish, isn't
He
he?
came through Dundee
Yeah,
Academy,
yeah.
I think, Dundee United.
Yeah.
And
So, is he Australian?
I thought he's
he
Scottish. Oh, he might be.
he
Aussie.
might be Australian,
Yeah.
but he definitely played for Dundee, I believe.
Dundee.
I think he is an Aussie actually.
How does an Aussie end up in Dundee? Genuine question.
Scouted.
Who knows?
Similar
Really?
culture,
I-
Well, you
maybe.
think Dundee is sending scouts to Australia?
Yeah.
Pretty big place.
What, Australia or Dundee?
No, Australia.
Oh.
Dundee's not that big of a
No.
place in
No.
comparison to Australia.
I watched Sutar in person when Luton were at home to
Bloody
Stoke.
hell, you are lucky.
No, you can tell your grandkids.
Yeah, but I remember being like near like only second row back and like looking at him going, "Fuck me, that bloke. He's another
Massive.
goblin. Like, honest to God, he's a goblin. He's a bit
Goblin
of a
11.
Honestly, he's got a hunchback as well. He's
Yeah.
Yeah, if he stood up straight, he'd be 6'9".
Yeah, he would be. Yeah, mental.
Fucking goblin.
All right, we're in midfield now, and I think this is where it probably gets a bit harder, especially on like your right and left side.
Do we want to start on the right and left side?
Yeah, I think if we start on the right, I had one name in mind. I don't know if anyone else has got anything before.
I've got one, but it's a bit
Mine's
tenuous, if you know what
mine's a bit hard. It's
Whether
like
they are a right mid
I
or
mean. Yeah, but he's
not.
not a right.
they,
I
they
think
have
he
played
might have
right
played
mid.
there.
Yeah, go on.
Well, I think I might be
Mine's
thinking
Kai
of the same one.
Havertz.
Yeah.
He
I know
played
he's
all
more
over
of a
the front
centre
three,
forward
and
or
he
anything,
will,
but I
yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
he has played at right mid.
I
He
don't
will
mind
have.
that.
And
as
he's
well.
like
He's
6'4"
6'4",
or 5",
He's
isn't he?
6'4".
So-
He's
Okay.
big lads. Yeah, that he goes under the radar for how
See,
tall he is.
he looks small.
I think
do you
he's
know
just
what I
a
mean?
bit scrawny, isn't he? He's got
Yeah.
like a gaunt face. Yeah.
He's one of those people that's tall, skinny, but without tall, skinny, where they're that thin that they look beanpole like
Yeah.
Peter
Yeah.
Crouch.
Yeah.
How tall is Cole Palmer? He's pretty tall, isn't he?
Palmer's 6'1".
It was 6'1",
Is it?
6'2".
Yeah,
Havertz is my shout, but
I think that's
I
good.
struggled with wingers.
The only other name that I thought of was Marko Arnautovic,
Yes,
who used to
that's-
play on
Yeah,
the right.
yeah.
He could also play off the left as well.
How
Yeah.
tall was he?
He's
6'4".
6'4". I've got the same birthday.
He's still. Have you seen? He's
know.
the.
He played
So
yesterday.
If
For,
if
Inter.
Inter win the treble, which they still can, he'll be the only player to have won 2 trebles
really,
When
Yeah.
did he win the first one?
in like 2004 or something stupid.
He was at
Stoke.
Word. He was at Werder Bremen, wasn't he? when
Nah,
he played
no,
in-
he was at Inter Milan in like the early noughties.
Really? He's been around a long time then, hasn't he? Because I first heard of him, I think it was about 2012, 13, when he was playing at Werder Bremen.
I think
then
he was
he
like
moved-
a kid when he was at Inter the
Didn't he
first
move
time.
from Werder Bremen?
Yeah, he started his senior career in 2007.
Didn't they win it in 2000?
I know, maybe I might
in
actually
the
be chatting
Eredivisie.
complete shit.
I don't think he's going to be the second.
He might
person.
be.
There might be
a
someone else in that team.
It might be domestic treble.
Okay.
Not
Shanghai,
Champions.
maybe.
He was at West
Yeah,
Ham as
maybe.
well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He flopped
No, he
there.
did. He won the Champions League in 2009, 2010.
With who? With
Inter.
Inter.
He only,
Three
yeah,
games
yeah.
for Inter.
He only played 3 games on loan, but he
And won the
still got
Coppa
medal.
Italia and won the Serie A.
See,
Yeah.
I knew
Well, yeah.
I was
That is-
right.
that is ball Norwich.
It's
fair
when I Wikipedia'd him just saying he's
Yeah,
got
but
3
Didn't he have
appearances.
2 separate spells at Inter?
That's what we
He's
just
then,
in his
he's
second
then,
one now.
he's then
He's
now.
just
He was
a-
only
Oh, is he still there?
Yeah.
He
He
played
was-
yesterday.
He's been and gone
Oh.
and come
Yeah.
back.
Fucking hell, Christ.
I'm amazed he's still going. Like I thought he'd be like,
123 appearances
really
for
old.
Austria.
Those 3 appearances for Inter though, they were just in the league, so would he have got a Champions
League medal? No,
or anything?
probably not.
Nah.
Nah, probably if he was on the bench.
No.
I don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't know
I
how
think
it
you
You
don't-
works.
don't, you don't
Get-
have to get on the pitch.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, because
I don't
Ryan
know if you
Brewster's
do.
got a medal, hasn't he? But I don't know how much he actually
Certain things
played.
you have to make
probably didn't
certain
play
amount of
any.
Yeah.
appearances for. Though,
He
don't you?
shitted ears, by the way.
I don't even
Ryan
know
Brew-
who he
that's
plays
not
for
even
now.
an unpopular. Is he still at Sheffield?
He's got a
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah, he is.
I just don't think.
But
he
I
plays for
always see him
Sheffield.
get brought on. And he never does anything when he's brought on.
Remember that video when he's having a trim?
Trim. He's got the medal.
Champions League medal.
That gets memed so hard.
I've got a decent one for left mid.
Are we putting Marco in?
I think so.
Yeah. Underrated player, man.
My left mid was Cody Gakpo.
That's who I've got.
He's 6'4", I think.
Is he?
He's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
slept-on tall person. I
Jesus.
thought he was like 6'1".
Yeah, yeah.
I had Ronaldo. He's like 6'3".
Yeah.
What, Cristiano
Bit of a cop-out there,
Ronaldo.
innit?
6'1".
Nah, he's not.
He is.
I didn't think he was that.
There's a lot of
He's not
fact
that
checking
tall.
it.
He's not 6'3". He might be 6'2" at a push, but I'm pretty sure he's 6'1".
He's a bit better than my shouts. Mine was Yarmolenko because he's 6'2". Is the only one I can think of.
Yeah, he's
6'2", Ronaldo.
yeah.
Search Cody
Cody
Gakpo.
Gakpo is
Go-
6'4".
go-
Cody
Gakpo.
Gakpo.
How tall
That's
was
right.
Bertrand Traoré who played for you? He always looked
6'2".
lanky.
6'4", Gakpo.
Yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to be Gakpo.
He's quality as well, man.
Yeah, he's
Baller.
He seems to go through like patches though, and I always
he's a
feel like
patchy man.
yeah, he always seems to be like Holland's best player as well going forward. Like now Memphis
Yeah.
Depay is absolutely washed.
Yeah.
Nah, Memphis Depay's living it up in
He's
Brazil.
in Brazil. Have you seen?
He's-
Did
they've
he get
put-
carded for like?
he's-
Standing on the ball.
He stood on the ball, and now they've put out a new rule. The
Can't
Brazilian
showboat.
FA
Yeah,
or
you're
whatever
not
say you
allowed
can't
to.
do that.
Yeah.
It's mental, isn't it?
In literally the country where that
Mate,
kind
he
of
was
thing was
unreal for
invented.
Lyon.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
backwards, man.
Football's getting boring, isn't it?
Yeah, they're
Just
killing
let him
every
stand on the
little bit of
ball.
like personal. That's what you want. You want people to wind up with the people.
Yeah.
I think
Exactly.
it's mostly down to the coaches, though. It's trained out of you from a young age
Oh,
now.
it's just boring.
Yeah, it is.
Like, and it's like made its way over to Brazil now. Brazil's meant to be like the
The flair
Flair,
players.
yeah, like just the beautiful game.
Do you,
Yeah,
ever, do you
yeah.
ever reckon it'll get to a point where things like rainbow flicks will be like illegal?
Nah, no rainbow.
Maybe not rainbow flicks, but
I guess
things-
a rainbow flick is like can be useful to get past someone.
stand
Yeah,
on the
but
ball is
it-
probably like
Is it like disrespectful thing though?
I think standing on the ball
Nah.
can be viewed as sort of obstruction as well.
Imagine
in
if
a
a
way.
player like stood on the ball and then like, ran it forward while standing on it.
Like
Like,
a cartoon,
yeah,
like
like
in
they're in
a
a
circus.
circus.
Mate, that
Well, what could you do about that?
I mean, I
what's-
don't
where's the
think
ball?
it's
Snap him. What you do?
No,
foul it,
you
yeah.
just twat the ball.
I suppose so.
It's like remember
It'd be
when
funny though.
They used to be
remember
so
when-
bamboozled.
What's going on?
And before you know it, it's goal.
Ronaldinho always used to do a seal dribble, didn't he? And that got banned. Where he just balanced the ball on his
Yeah.
nose and run with
Yeah.
that because that's illegal.
He did it
now.
on his back once as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I think they banned it on the
that the
head.
crab?
And then
Did
Did they
literally.
ban
Yeah.
that?
you can't seal dribble.
I didn't know that. Did
Yeah.
you?
Oh.
Can you put the ball up your top and just run with it?
No, someone did that a few weeks ago, I think.
Did
Uh,
they? In the,
yeah.
the
Where?
Prem?
No, in the Bundesliga. Oh, it could have been an old clip from years ago, but I saw it a couple of weeks ago. I think it was like a Werder Bremen player. Some player on the opposite team tried to do like a bit of skill, and
just
the,
went,
the defender intercepted it by going, yoink.
Is that handball?
Could you?
No, I
It's
think
obstruction.
it was a foul and a yellow card.
Can
Yeah,
you?
a free kick?
What
and a yellow
if
card, yeah.
you got it like onto your knee and like squished it against you and then hopped?
Squished it against with your arm.
No,
No,
but
your
so you
leg
eat.
to
It's
your
like
belly.
on your leg and on your belly, and then you hop.
When is that ever gonna
I
happen?
don't know.
Or in
but-
between your thigh and
So-
your calf.
Yeah, someone's missing a fucking trick because the thigh and the calf makes way more sense than the knee and the belly. To be fair.
If I saw someone doing that, I'm taking out their only standing leg.
Could you gaffer tape like your boots up so the ball sticks to your feet?
I really don't.
Yeah, but
Probably
you wouldn't be
not.
able to shoot then, because every time you try
Oh,
to kick
yeah.
the ball, you wouldn't be able to release it.
You just have to run over the line.
Yeah.
Unless you had one boot for sticking and one for shooting, so you had one with
Oh,
gaffer tape on.
but
and one-
you've still got to get it off.
Get it off.
kick it with the other foot.
Yeah, but what about if you miss the ball and hit your other boot covered in gaffer tape?
Oh, you got to make sure.
Now,
you got to make sure you're good enough.
Now,
to
what
do
they
it.
need to do? Have you ever seen like the handball clips on TikTok?
Yeah,
when,
the
like, they're
glue.
covering like
Yeah.
glue. They need to put that on their one boot.
They
and
do
then-
what?
They got you see no handball.
Yeah,
They like cover the ball in glue.
on
Why?
purpose.
Yeah, so like they can get more power on it when they're throwing it and like catch
Right.
it better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Does it not just
It-
stick to you?
It's a bit disgusting at the end of the game
Oh,
when you
yeah,
see
it's
the
vile.
ball. It's covered in
The ball's like
crap,
really
and it's-
dirty.
yeah.
and nasty,
yucky.
Yeah.
Also, as well, have you seen when they do the throw-ins, they do the front flips first? I'm pretty sure that's been banned now as well.
I
You
saw
get-
someone
that's the
do
way
that.
you
That's
get-
woke
That's the type of thing
nonsense.
you get in AFCON, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Did you remember the
It was a
2018
Saudi
World
bloke,
Cup?
wasn't it?
Saudi
yeah,
bloke, yeah.
He went to do it and
Failed.
then failed, and then went, "Oh no! I'll just take it normal."
Yeah, I've seen more of them unsuccessfully attempted than
Yeah.
people have actually managed to
Do you know?
bell
I
them
think it's
over.
unforgivable for a professional footballer. Foul throw.
Yeah,
There was like
yeah.
three.
Hector,
There was like
Bellerin used
there was
to do
like
it all
3 or
time.
4
Yeah.
yesterday, and I'm like, Just keep your feet on the floor.
Yeah.
How hard is it?
Did the ref actually call him though?
Yeah, no, there was like 3 or 4 in that game yesterday, the Inter-Barca game.
Imagine scoring off a foul throw and then it gets called back
Oh,
for
mate,
VAR
you'd
for
never
a foul
think-
throw.
Like before VAR was
How long
That
would
is
they-
proud
How long would they
Smeed
take to
behaviour.
notice that it was a foul throw though? Like,
It's quite obvious, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
a foul throw, it's a foul throw.
you just centimeters.
yeah, centre mids.
Skelly Alvaro used
Is
to
he?
play for Lyon, plays for Werder Bremen now.
How tall?
6'8".
Oh
I mean,
my
Jesus.
god!
Is he actually like a,
He's rubbish. He played 8 games last season for Lyon. He's played 12 for Werder Bremen this year.
I want Fellaini.
Oh, I
How
thought
tall
of
is
Fellaini.
Fellaini, though?
So he's
6'4".
6'4", but
Six-
his
yeah,
hair
6'8"
adds
with
like
the
another
throw.
like foot.
6'8" with the throw.
Don't you think it was like weird when he shaved the ball of his head and like you didn't really know what was happening?
He wasn't Fellaini anymore.
He just looked
He
like
was
a criminal.
Did he have like cornrows for a bit as well?
Yeah, that was early on in his career.
Yeah,
I just remember skinhead Fellaini.
You
Yeah.
only
You don't remember Afro
No,
Fellaini?
no, I mean like other hairstyle that's not the iconic afro.
Gonna say.
Fellaini had an afro.
he was actually unreal for a long time.
Fellaini's
You
one of those
can-
people that he's
a
definitely
criminally
slept on.
underrated
He had a,
player.
yeah, he had a brilliant career.
You could have Witzel in there for the same, or Witzel in there
Yeah.
for
I
the
don't
same.
think
He
Witzel
wasn't
was
so
tall.
good.
He
How
was
tall was Matic?
6'4".
6'4.5" actually.
Oh, Mr.
fucking
Chat GPT.
And he hates Onana.
Why?
I was
You know-
beefing him before the Lyon.
Have you not
Yeah.
seen
Oh
it?
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the centre mid. I was going to say my
Oh,
name's
for-
not Andre, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Amadou, he's
Oh,
6'5"
nah, nah,
or 6'4".
Na, 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 na. Na, na, na.
That is a good chant.
Are there any other big tall centre mids?
There's
that
a
must
lot.
be?
There's a lot of 6'4".
Sander Berge.
Ooh,
Vieira was 6'4".
Yeah, Vieira was. He's
I thought
probably the
Sander
best.
Berge. I swear he's 6'5".
Who else have I got written down?
Can't think of many others.
I've got Onana and Vieira as my two.
Sander Berge is 6'5".
Oh.
He's got to go in. He's huge.
He's a big unit.
Sander Berge.
Big
and
Norwegian.
he's built as well.
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Norwegian, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, big Viking he is. Yeah.
Big Viking. You don't actually get that many mega centre mids, you know.
6'5".
There's a lot in
6'4".
around 6'4" region.
Yeah, because that's like your big, like your
Your big
holding
holding,
mids.
yeah,
Yeah.
your big six.
Pogba was 6'3".
Nah, I've got
Nah,
better.
that's not that
Yeah.
tall. I don't think. Like when you could.
I wish I was 6'3".
We are. They don't know how tall we
Yeah.
are. Sat down.
I'm
I've just got a really short body. my legs
Mike
are like
Wazowski
tickling
build.
Smeed's ass. Yeah, I do have the Mike Wazowski build. It's actually so true.
I like the Fellaini shout.
I like
Just for
Fellaini.
the afro.
Sander
yeah,
Berge and Fellaini in
You have to put
midfield.
Fellaini in brackets afro because we're not.
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
Fellaini.
Yeah.
Fellaini, Everton, Fellaini.
Yeah.
an early Man U.
Early Man U.
I preferred him at Everton.
David Moyes Fellaini.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the strikers are the easiest.
yeah.
Maybe.
So it's 2 metre Peter who
Yeah.
has to go in.
Crouch is
Are we
one.
putting Crouch in?
It has to
I don't
be.
think you can make this team
He's a
without him.
Premier League 100 club as well, so it's not
Yeah.
as if he was
Yeah.
bad.
Well, isn't the one who plays like League One who's like 6'9"?
Like Lassina Traore
Yeah, that's the one who
He
I
was at
read about
Everton.
earlier.
as well, and he was massive.
He never played for Everton.
Oh no, I
He had
swear he
zero.
did.
He had 0 appearances.
You kidding me? I swear he
Nah.
played for them.
So yeah, the player I think you're thinking of, there's a player called Hoodlin who's 6'9",
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
and he plays for Huddersfield.
That's it.
I mean, like
That's
is the-
ridiculous.
Now he's got one.
surely
at
just
Everton.
ball in
Is
the
it
box
just one?
Yeah.
every time. Like it must be so easy to read.
Yeah, but thing is,
I
if
don't
you're
think he makes
6'9" and can't jump,
Maybe not.
are you any better than someone who's 6'3" who can jump? Do you know what
But
I mean?
maybe he can jump.
Yeah, I've never watched him play.
Neither
Wolves,
have I.
Wolves have had some big ones over the years.
Strand Larson, fucking Kalajdzic.
We had one bigger.
Kalajdzic was enormous.
We had one bigger a few years ago called Stefan Meyerhofer, and he's probably the worst striker I've ever seen in a mall. And I think he was 6'7". He was massive. He was useless as well.
There's a lot of really tall strikers which have just been absolutely dog shit.
Donkeys,
There was a
yeah.
bloke who played for Dortmund called Jan Koller. He was 6'8".
How long ago was this?
He's 52 now.
52.
So
don't
he
care.
played for Dortmund between 2001 2006.
How tall was he?
6'8".
No, Stefan Meyerhofer at the Wolves. He was 6'8".
Jeez.
Christ.
It might have to be him, even if he stinks.
He played. Oh my god, journeyman.
Yeah, probably. He played for Bayern Munich.
Yeah. He played for Bristol City and Millwall as well.
What a path.
He played 9 games for us. He actually got 1 goal, to be fair. So he's probably got a better ratio than Fabio Silva.
Well, that's not hard. Got one of the worst.
Where's he now?
Las
Wolves?
Palmas.
Oh,
Mate,
no.
he's going to get a big move.
You reckon?
Have you seen his stats?
Nah.
No.
I knew he'd
Unreal
come
stats.
good. Knew he'd come good.
Mate, no, there's
He's a donkey,
Atletico
mate.
Madrid is circling around. He'll go
No,
Atletico
they're
Madrid.
not.
Promise you.
You getting him up?
I would be intrigued to know. He scored against the Albion, didn't he? The last time we played.
23 games, 10 goals, but he's got about
Bloody hell,
5
he's Messi.
5 assists as well. Yeah, but it's fucking Fabio Silva.
He's also playing for Las Palmas.
Yeah, who are like one of the bottom teams of the Spanish league. That's good stats in the Spanish league.
Was he still at the Wolves?
We're still at Wolves.
Yeah,
technically,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, keep him, mate. He's
His
going
market value is 20 million at the minute.
He's only a kid still, isn't he, really?
22, yeah.
Yeah.
Onuachu as well at Southampton this season.
Yeah,
Paul Onuachu, he's like
Big boy.
6'7".
yeah, something like that.
I think we're forgetting the best ever big
Ibra.
striker.
Zlatan.
Ibra.
Zlatan, man.
How tall was he?
6'5".
Oh, that's taller though.
There
There
are
is
taller,
taller,
but
but
Zlatan,
he is
yeah.
the best big forward.
You wouldn't want to come up against this team, would you?
No. So
Like,
gonna have to do the
it would be
smallest
the
eleven. I was gonna
scariest
say,
team
yeah.
to come up against.
I think for another episode we'll do the smallest possible 11, and then we go head to head, and we
Yeah.
see who wins.
I already
their
know a
duels.
really small football goalkeeper.
Who?
Vaughan.
Tom
Remember him?
Heaton.
Vaughan was little.
He was tiny.
Michel Vaughan.
He was like 5'9".
No,
Vaughan
he
was
weren't.
not.
that
He
much.
was really
Swansea
small.
and
He was a
No.
decent keeper, you know.
Yeah, he
he's
was
class.
I'm going to say he was about 6 foot.
I
Oh,
think he's
if-
thinking
mate,
of Tom Heaton.
I reckon if you Tom
No, I'm
Heaton's
not. I'm
6'1".
thinking of
I
Vaughan, mate.
think you're struggling to find a
5'11".
keeper below 6 foot.
No,
really.
no, there's quite a lot of keepers that
There
were
was
saying
So-
that
Sorry,
5'11".
he was 6 foot Vaughan, was he?
Yeah,
That's,
he's-
that's short.
There you go.
That's pretty short for a keeper.
5'9".
I think anything
Yeah,
under
5'9"
like
might
5'10"
have been in the
is
shot.
short
Do
for a
you remember
keeper.
the
'Cause you get 5'11".
Ivory
keeper.
Coast keeper on FIFA. I can't remember his name.
Oh,
He
I
was
do.
short.
Black keeper.
I do.
I can't remember what his name was.
Just to yourself.
What was he saying?
He
Wait, while you were
to
talking, he
himself.
just says, "Black keeper."
It's not. That's not even. It was black goalie.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
yeah, it
right.
was.
Yeah. You love Tobe.
Enyema, was it Enyema? Who's Enyema?
I can't remember.
Casillas was 5'11".
Nah,
Oh,
Enyema.
yeah.
True, actually, yeah.
Enyema was.
Enema.
Enyema, didn't he play for
Enyema.
like,
Enyema?
Marseille and Lille and a load of French teams?
No, that's Mandanda.
No, there was another one.
That tickled me more than it should have.
Yeah, yeah.
What was that?
Vincent Enyema.
I said Enyema Jeff.
Oh, he played for Lille. I remember him.
Yeah, I said he played for Lille. And you went, nah, that was Mandanda.
I
My
always
dad was
used-
Marseille, wasn't he?
Yeah.
he,
Oh, big
he,
at
he was
Marseille.
he was a quick sell player. He was
Nigerian keeper.
Yeah. So yeah, who do we want as this second striker?
Oh, he was only 5'11", sorry.
I think if we're going off not trying to be the tallest, or no, just having very tall players, it's got to be Ibra.
Yeah, I think because you're gonna have.
He's probably the best out of.
Yeah.
Cameron's Meyerhofer, even though
Meyer-
he's down.
Meyerhofer's not going in ahead of Ibrahimovic. He's taller, but
He's taller.
Which put
That's what
Haaland
we're
in. Was
doing.
Haaland 6'5"?
Haaland 6'4".
Is he?
Yeah, he didn't even cross my mind, to be honest.
No.
You kind of forget how big he is because he's
Yeah.
like just all big. He's like proportion.
Big unit.
Big man.
Yeah, you look bigger when you're like scrawny almost.
Yeah,
like
no, you do.
gangly
Yeah.
and gangly.
Unless you're
and-
Kai Havertz
Yeah.
or Cody Gakpo.
I think Ibra's got to
You
go
could-
I think Ibra, yeah, bang Ibra in.
because we want a bit of quality in there as well. That's a class strike partnership at Ibra and Crouch.
Sasha
Premier League.
Clyde.
Some bangers, they're scoring some bangers there.
Oh mate, their
Yeah.
highlight reel bit
Oh.
unreal.
I actually think they'd work really well off each other as well.
Probably would.
Was Giroud pretty tall? He was pretty tall.
6'3".
Yeah.
He's got a good highlight reel.
How tall's Kane? I know he's not like that
6'2".
tall.
You
So,
just
yeah.
got Kane. Kane.
The only thing we'll have to do now is a coach, which is a bit of a hard one. But
I've
there's
not
one
even
that
thought of
there's
that.
one that kind of I don't know how tall he is, but I think he's quite a tall geezer.
On the great Carly.
Wenger. Wenger is like 6'3", 6'4".
Klopp was a big lad.
Big what?
He's a big
He's a-
lad.
Big,
Klopp,
cunt.
big lad.
He's
Big
just,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like the C word. Can we cut that out?
Can you Google how tall Arsene Wenger was?
I think we should have Nuno.
Nuno's not that tall. He's a
6'2".
keeper. Arsene Wenger's taller than Nuno.
I don't know, man.
Nuno's
Wenger's taller than
6'2".
Wenger.
He was a
He
keeper.
was a keeper.
Yeah, I know he's a keeper, but
I think Wenger's like 6'4".
Arsene Wenger's going to be smaller now than he was back then, though.
Yeah, we're going prime.
Does
We're not having
show
like-
you their height now or in their prime?
Wenger's 6'3", to be fair.
There you go.
And he's another tall one.
How
And-
tall's Klopp?
You know he only played 67 games in his career.
No, I didn't know.
No,
That's a bit mad.
no, I think he's more remembered for his like.
Oh
managing
yeah,
the-
obviously, but like I just think that's a bit crazy.
There's got to be some really tall manager out there that's a bit obscure.
Yeah, there's gonna be. I reckon the great
Klopp,
Collie.
Klopp's 6'3" as well.
Is
Is
it?
he? I didn't think
He's
Klopp
quite
was
a
that
built
tall.
down,
guy, then,
isn't
isn't he? Really, he's a bit of a unit.
Yeah, you don't want to bump into Klopp if you're if you had a few beers and you're getting aggy.
Duncan Ferguson 6'4".
Oh, Duncan Ferguson.
Oh,
Why been a dick?
he's
Oh,
not,
you
he's
mean
not,
genuine?
he's not, he's actually not.
I was being genuine then.
It sounded so ungenuine.
Thomas Tuchel is 6'4".
Duncan
Is he?
Ferguson's
Oh,
massive.
my
Big,
manager.
big Tukes.
Tuchel,
Tommy T
6'4".
is big, actually,
Tommy
isn't he?
T. Yeah, let's have Tommy T.
But yeah, Tommy T leading the line. Well, in charge of the team.
Tommy
that?
T. It is.
Oh,
Ooh,
They've not read the sign.
they've not read the sign.
is there a sign?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sign says
Just-
no
just
one
for
past
us.
this point.
I've never
Before
noticed
7.
that song.
Yeah.
They've only just put it up. To be fair, fucking selfish cunts.
Yeah, but
I'm
actually,
cutting this bit out.
let's run through the team then.
Yeah, let's run for the team. In goal for the tallest 11 of all time, we've got Pantilimon in goal, a right back of O'Brien, Vestergaard, Mertesacker and Dan Burn.
They're all at right back.
They're all at right back. Midfield of Arnautovic off the right, Cody Gakpo off the left, and in the middle, Sander Berge and Fellaini from Everton with his largest possible afro, and a strike partnership of Peter Crouch and Ibrahimovic.
I don't think that's a bad team.
Do you
Actually,
reckon
it's
if
alright.
Fellaini kept growing his hair, how big could the throw get?
I think there's a point where it just flops.
Comes down.
Yeah, it'd be too weighty. I
Yeah.
think he was.
Yeah.
Gravity starts to take its toll.
I reckon,
Yeah.
like the prime, he was 6'4", and I reckon he had 4 inches of afro.
At
Oh,
least.
more than that. I reckon he had a good 6.
Really?
Yeah, I
reckon
think
he had-
because
it
4
was-
inches is what, like that?
6 inches.
4 inches is like that.
6
Like that.
Yeah.
That's a foot.
12 inches is a
That's a
foot.
foot.
Doesn't matter.
Over
Doesn't
your
matter.
head, man.
Yeah, I think foot long.
Yeah.
Oh, cock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was probably about 6 inches.
I reckon, yeah. Decent size.
that is probably perfect.
Yeah.
That's,
Probably
the
a bit
perfect,
too
Very-
big, to be
very
honest.
that's
Might
the
be a bit too
perfect
big.
amount, I think.
Nah,
Maybe a bit
it's
too big.
I don't know.
I think 2 is a pretty good number.
It's not really an afro if it's only 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not about length, is it?
What's it about?
The
What-
girth of
what-
your afro.
Yeah, it's about what you do with it.
What was Marouane Fellaini's afro girl?
I reckon it gives him another 4 inches.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
bigger than
four,
that,
man.
mate.
That's
He
not
had it bigger than
that
that,
is-
100%.
I swear he had it bigger than that. That's big. Oh, remember that photo? No,
That
go.
one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
massive.
that
Go
is
like that.
He's wearing one of them. He's wearing Russian
It's a-
bear hat.
It's another goblin.
Gobelino.
Yeah, maybe it did add 6 inches.
I think it.
I think it's 6.
So Fellaini's the tallest player in the team then.
Yeah. What are we doing?
Can I show the camera?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, you can show the camera.
I'm sure they can see.
Probably
Mate.
won't be in focus.
That's yeah.
Enough of this leg air pulling.
Enough of the leg hair pulling. We ain't got a quiz because I ain't done one,
Boo.
I'm going to the pub.
and we're going to the pub and it's roasting in here, so we're
I
going to
don't
beer
think it's too
garden.
bad today. I thought it was going to be warmer in here.
It's still hot.
Mark's so awful.
Thanks for watching.
That's
See you later.
staying in.
See you
Yeah,
later.
Goodbye.